Hey everyone, my name is Jaden Modek. In this video, I'm going to be going over how much you would realistically make with a successful rehash program. So basically, you have a bunch of leads from, let's just say, the last 2 years. Maybe you call them now and then, maybe you email them, maybe you have like a little drip campaign, or you use a software like Hatch or any of these other kind of automated softwares, and you're seeing kind of subpar results here at Remodel Boom, the company my business partner and I run, we launch a Rehash program almost every single week, and our clients are really, really happy. So, this is kind of like a calculator that we've created to kind of give you a realistic look at how much you could make with a successful Rehash program and what you may be doing at the moment. So, let's dive into it. So, Rehash program, let's say you have a whole lot of leads. We kind of only recommend doing a rehash program if you have more than like 500 leads from the last 2 years that didn't become clients, right? For whatever reason, now wasn't the right time, it was too expensive, blah, blah, blah. You have a whole bunch of these leads in your CRM and you want to kind of use those leads because you've already paid for them and try and get some dollars out of them. So let's jump into it. So, Remodel Boom Win Back Campaign Calculator. We call our rehash program a win back campaign because we essentially winning back people that didn't become clients. Okay. So let's jump into it. And I'll also include this link at the bottom of the YouTube video in the description. You can click on it and you can essentially just punch in your own numbers to see what you may get. So basically your list size, right? So let's just say you have a list size of around 1,000 leads from the last 2 years, right? So your list size is around 1,000. We kind of recommend only doing above if you have at least 500 from the last 2 years. Anything other than that, anything under that. Sorry, my words today. It's might not be the most like exciting, right? So your list size is around 1,000. Your conversion rate to calls. Now, this is very important, right? At Remodel Boom, we get around an average 4%. So basically, if we send out 1,000 messages, then around 4% of those get converted into calls. Okay. If you're doing it yourself, you're probably going to have a 2% because maybe you don't know the right offer. Maybe you're not using the right system to actually send the messages. You might be spamming your people. We only ever send one message, and if they don't reply, we never follow up with them again. So conversion rate to calls 4%, right? So that means if you have 1,000 leads, you're going to get around 40 calls using us. If you're using Hatch or any of these others, you might be getting 20 calls if you're lucky. Um, Maybe a little bit more. I've just heard really awful things around using software for this kind of rehash kind of program. So you can kind of just put it in the comments how many you're currently getting, what kind of conversion rate to calls you're getting. All right, so conversion rate to in person. So on average, we see around a 70%. So if our clients are having calls with the people that are in the rehash program, around 70% of those turn into in persons. Yours for this instant may be the exact same. Then in person appointments. So you have around 28, do it yourself, probably have 14. Um, Cancellations, it's around 5%, right? People cancel, they have to take the kids to school, or they got a date wrong, or they're sick, whatever it is, 5% cancel. That means you have around 26.6 in persons. Obviously you can't have a sixth of a person. So this can kind of be 27, but for this instance, because we're looking at the actual stats, let's just keep it as 26.6. Close rate, 30%. Now, if your close rate is higher or lower, you can literally just come in and change this on the calculator. And if it's higher, the numbers will be even better. And if it's lower, then obviously it will change depending on that, right? And if you know your cancellation rates, you can just put it in there. And if this is kind of the standard that we see, so I wouldn't recommend changing this. All right, so sales, you're getting around 8 sales, which is pretty cool. And then your average sale, so you just pop it in here. If your average sales 12K, 15K, 25K, 30K, whatever it is, that's the number that you must put in there for your actual average sale, and that will change everything else. If you have around like 1,000 leads, like a lot of clients that I talk to, if they're doing like higher end remodeling and they their average sale of a bathroom is like 25 to 35K, they definitely going to have way fewer leads. But normally, if you're selling, like if you have an average sale of around like 15 to 20, then you should have a good amount of leads, and this is how it would look. Awesome. So basically your total revenue would be an extra, literally extra, 143K, and this is with a not a single dime in ad spend, no ad spend whatsoever. And this is pretty awesome. So if you do it yourself, or by not using us, obviously I'm super biased, but if you're not using us, you're kind of missing out on 71K, which is pretty insane. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just put them in the comments below. Check us out at remodelboom.com, or just book in a call and we can kind of just go over this together and see what kind of number we can come up with. If you want to do this yourself, as I said, I'll put the link in the description. You can go and make a copy and then add your own numbers. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.